What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Chandie. Welcome back to the Chandie Speaks podcast. I'm back another week. And I just hit the joint right before I press record. But yeah, what's going on? It's your girl. It's me, Chandie. I'm back. Back another week recording from my Vanlife, living the dream. Still in beautiful Sedona, Arizona. Actually, it's not, I'm actually not sure where the fire containment is at this point, but it's not as bad as it was. Let me double check. I should have been checked that out. Yeah, it says the pocket fire is at 95% containment. It's been a hot couple of weeks, y'all. Like, obviously it's July in the middle of the fucking desert, so there's that. But this fire kind of just came out of nowhere, like right around Father's Day weekend, and it's been burning, and it's still not out yet. It says here that it's already burned 27,393 acres in the Oak Creek Canyon, which is pretty close from here. I mean, I'm safe. Everyone I know is safe. No one I know has suffered too much from the fire because, it's been, the tourism has definitely dropped. Like I said, I've been chilling. The traffic has been great, but there's like no one here. But they're slowly coming back. It's still hot as fuck, though. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. What day is it? I got off work like an hour ago, and I knew that I had to record this podcast. I'm just going to power through it because today's July the 21st, and this goes up Wednesday, July the 22nd, tomorrow, and I have a full week ahead of me. I'm like working every day this week, and yeah, like I said, I just wanted to get this out the way for the day, really before it got too hot in the van, because I'm gonna have to move around here when it gets too hot. But I'm chilling right now, just chilling with my dog. Long-winded generic intro, but here we go. Yeah, Sedona's been Sedonaing personally this past week. What's been going on? Oh my god, in the past week, okay, so Mercury is apparently in 𝙬𝙗𝙬 or some shit. Mercury is doing its thing apparently, and I guess I learned that, well, from my astrological sister, I learned that if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then the retrograde will like work against you. And essentially, I think that's what I've been doing. I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, I lost my credit card at the fucking bar, and I knew I didn't have any business going to the bar that day. But yeah, I wanted to connect. I wanted to drink, and I fucking lost my credit card before I even left the bar. I had never lost my credit card. I've lost my debit card many a times, but that was my first time ever losing my credit card. And it took like 10 days for it to get here, and that's like my backup cash. So it's just been kind of like a trying week for that. I finally got my card back, but like literally within the same day, like 24 hours apart from losing my credit card, y'all, I can't find my smart glasses. It's kind of breaking my heart right now. I feel like they're in this van, okay, but I have not physically seen them really since like the 7th of July. Like it's been over a week. It's been about a week. I'm being really generous because I feel like it was longer than that I lost my sunglasses, or I've misplaced my sunglasses because I'm trying to speak what I want, because those are $300 sunglasses, and I'm not trying to, and those are my second pair of $300 sunglasses, and I'm not trying to fucking buy a third fucking pair of these super cool glasses. They're Ray-Ban Metas. They're great for content creating. I feel like they're in my van. I turned on, like, they have this app that goes with the if anyone's a tech nerd or whatever, there's the app that goes with the smart glasses. It'll probably give me brain cancer one day, but whatever. They're cool. I love those glasses. I really hope they're in my van. I feel like I've just misplaced them. But there's this app that goes with it where when you take the pictures or you take your videos with your glasses, they you download them onto your phone through this app, and so, or you import them from the glasses to your phone. And the glasses don't have to, I learned that the glasses don't have to be on, but they do have to be in range. So I opened up the app, and I had like 10 or 11 photos in there that needed to be imported, and it just started automatically importing while I was here in my van. So I'm just assuming, does that mean like it's within range? It wouldn't import my sunglasses or import the photos from the sunglasses if I left the sunglasses like at a bar or something somewhere far away from my van, right? It's like if I was in my van and it imported the glasses, they're here somewhere. I think it only goes up to like 30 feet range for Wi-Fi, or I don't know how it, Bluetooth, I don't know how it transfers. I think it's over Wi-Fi. Oy vey. So that's happening. I thought I cleaned my van. I didn't find them. So I'm going to try and clean my van again and see if kind of heartbreaking. So that's Mercury retrograde. I don't know why I deserved that. Maybe because I wasn't keeping track of it, just being, I guess, negligent or not paying attention to my shit. Lesson learned, because that's an expensive lesson to fucking learn. A lot of shit's been going on with retrograde. I'm going to read this article that I found. It's like a specific kind of thing, because Sedona has a lot of energy flowing through here. Sedona sort of, I feel like it's intensifying the retrograde. I don't know what any of this fucking shit means, okay? And I don't really care to. I mean, I'll take it with a grain of salt. I'll listen to it, but I'm not like living my life by it. But yeah, I just know that the energy, you can just feel it. If you're really in touch with yourself and the earth and everyone else, like you can just feel it when you come to Sedona. The energy here is wild. It's just like moving rampant. And that fire just threw like a big fucking, that was right when the retrograde started. We weren't getting rain. We just started getting rain yesterday. We weren't getting rain for weeks. All this stuff is just like, so, okay, I found this article. Well, I have these sources that made an article with my super cool new Chromebook I got. It says the Sedona model, Mercury retrograde and spiritual casualties. I'm just going to read over it a little bit. It says, in Sedona, Arizona, Mercury retrograde is widely accepted as a normative social and energetic phenomenon operating as a pervasive explanatory model for misfortune within the local spiritual community. I don't know if I like the idea. Actually, do I even want to read this? Because I don't really like the idea of blaming life on astronomy, but I feel like maybe that's what I'm missing. I don't know. Okay, let me see. It says the energetic perception of misfortune. The energetic perception of misfortune. On an energetic level, Mercury retrograde is viewed as a primary cause for disruptions in communication and travel. In Sedona's spiritual framework, where everything is believed to possess an energetic vibration, the planets are seen as significant agents of casualty. Or causality? Causality. Am I reading that wrong? Causality. Technological and social mayhem. What does this have to do with Sedona? It feels like this is like a general thing for Mercury retrograde. Okay, residents and visitors frequently attribute technical difficulties such as broken coffee machines or live stream failures to the retrograde's energy. One traveler noted that the retrograde was in full effect in causing mayhem during attempts to travel through the region. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just feels like a lack of personal accountability. But I mean, I feel it. Like, I feel the energy. Whatever was like going on, if it was a planet, then I guess it was a fucking planet, because that shit was like, it doesn't normally happen to me. But I had my spiritual guard down, I guess. Losing my card and my sunglasses and like within the 24-hour period is wild. Yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to read with that. Spiritual purposes, purging and reflection. Beyond mere misfortune, the retrograde is seen as having a constructive energetic purpose focused on inner revelation and integration. So confronting illusions. The cocooning phase. This period is described as an energetic cocooning, where individuals are encouraged to withdraw their energies inward to nurture and purify themselves. That's probably what I should have been doing instead of poisoning myself with alcohol. I'd probably still have my sunglasses in this fucking heat. And not been inconvenienced without my credit card. Hey, it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to just finish this off. Recent energetic shifts in July 2026. So local astrological reports from July 2026 highlight a specific focus for the energy during this time. Focus on Cancer. The retrograde occurring through July 23rd, 2026 in the sign of Cancer specifically pushed Sedona's community to go inward to release and renew, basically. And I feel like, I feel like, yeah, it was the fire. The fire had everything to do with all that. Man, okay. I am a believer. I'm hippy dippy boo. Okay. I'm not fully into it. yeah, that fire started, and then all of the community, all of Sedona had to just go inward and just be in with ourselves and release and get ready for the next phase. And it was like 3 fucking weeks now, at least 3 weeks. Home and family, this energetic alignment cleared away uncertainty surrounding home and family matters, encouraging remembering rather than inventing to find deeper truths, and turning direct as Mercury stations direct on July 23rd. I think that is this week, dude. That's Thursday. The energy is expected to shift from reflection to momentum, allowing plans and conversations that had lingered on the back burner to move forward again. I should have been planting some seeds. That's what I need to work on, is planting the seeds for this momentum. I don't keep up with this shit. How am I supposed to? It's so much to keep up with. I just want to be always in alignment with the highest version, best version of myself. I don't know. Okay, enough of that hippy dippy shit. I'm gonna give a brief story time here. I'm sure you guys are not trying to get wiki facts from the podcast, but hey, I don't have much going on in my life outside of working. I skate every day. Sometimes I fly my drone. I haven't been flying my drone because it's been too fucking hot to be outside. Chill with my dog. I have a very simple life. Very simple life. You know, outside of this last week with the retrograde. But even then, like, I feel like I handle things with gracefully. When shit happens, I don't freak out. I'm just like, hey, this shit just happens. And I know how to, control my emotions and stay balanced and focus on what I can control and all that stuff. Yeah, bro, I went to the fucking bar. Okay. So I'm going to give this story time mostly because it's kind of relevant, but it's also going to be a segue into some deep dive shit that I looked up. But yeah, I went to the bar and I knew I had no business going to the bar because I had gone, I'm pretty sure I had gone the day before, and I was going to basically meet up with this guy. I'll just throw it out there. And by meet up with, that's very loose. Very loose. Like, I was going to go to the bar and he would be there. There was no plans to meet up, okay? But, the guy was interested in me, or at least that's what he said. He claimed to be interested in me. I kind of liked him too. And that day when I lost my credit card was basically the day where we kind of broke it off. Not really broke it off, not that we had anything, but we kind of just told each other our full intentions, which is that I'm not trying to do anything here, romantic, sexual, or otherwise. I'm just trying to live my life. And I think that's a mutual, no shade on this person, okay? But I feel like, and it was initiated by him. I'll just put that out there. No shade. I understand people they have their own paths in life, and sometimes things don't align when they should align, or it's not the right time. It's just not the right time. Or maybe it was never the right time. I don't know. But I had this like leading up to that, we were like, lightly texting each other for probably like a week, like maybe 2 weeks at the most, lightly texting each other. And I started feeling him pull back a little bit. And, I'm sort of like a big mirror. So I started to pull back. I don't know how this fucking dating thing goes. I don't even know if we would consider that dating, if we would just consider that light texting. I feel like with me, you kind of have to have some kind of intention. Why are we talking? I don't have any male friends. So why are we talking? And I feel like he started to pull back when he felt that I was starting to lean in. So then I started to pull back, and then I just okay, let's just end this right here. It's just getting weird. And I feel like, because his excuse, respectfully, no shade on the guy, his excuse or his reasoning for why he couldn't continue is because he's too depressed. Aren't we all? He has nothing to offer a woman, financially, emotionally. And it's not so much, this is what he didn't say, which is what he should have said, which is, I don't want to work on myself, or I don't find you worth it enough for me to work on myself to become a better person or a better man or what have you. And believe it or not, that actually happens a lot. I feel like when men, they like me physically, and then they start getting to know me, and they're like, oh, she's actually someone different. She probably means business. She's very intentional. She moves with a purpose. That would require me to step my game up a little bit, and I'm just trying to fucking, I don't know, talk to a pretty girl at the very least, you know? And I just don't talk to guys, like, unless we have something going on. I'm sorry, I don't have any male friends unless they're gay. I just don't. So that actually happens a lot to me. And I feel like it happens to women a lot, where either the man will step up to the plate and like just be better. I've had it happen the other way, where the guy, you know, he liked me so much that, you know, he went and got himself a better job. He went and, you know, started taking care of himself better and getting haircuts and fucking working out more. But then you get those guys who are just so far gone in their own depression in their own head that they're like, you know, it's not even you. It's really isn't even about me at that point. It's just more about them not feeling worth it within themselves. And I pray for people like that. Bless their hearts. So that made me, I said all that to say, there's my little, me bearing my vulnerable side right there. But I said all that to say, because it made me look up what makes men want to become better, more science shit. And I got some links here. I'm going to just consolidate and read them all. Why men strive for excellence. This is a good read. I skimmed over it, but yeah. Okay, so men's desire to become better when they are attracted to a woman is driven by a combination of psychological self-expansion, interpersonal sculpting, and evolutionary signaling strategies. This drive significantly shapes dating behaviors and provides the economic and structural foundation for modern society. The psychological drive for improvement. So it says men are often motivated by a self-improvement motive. Why though? Which is the desire to learn things that will enhance the self. When a man likes a woman, this motive is often activated through two primary mechanisms: self-expansion and ideal selves, and the Michelangelo phenomenon. So the self-expansion and ideal selves is people have a fundamental drive to expand their potential expand their potential by acquiring new resources, perspectives, and identities. Romantic love provides an opportunity for rapid self-expansion as an individual seeks to unite with their partner and bridge the discrepancy between their current concept and their ideal possible self. Okay, and then the Michelangelo phenomenon is this theory suggests that romantic partners sculpt, quote, one another. If a woman perceives and affirms a man's ideal self goals, his dreams and aspirations, he is statistically more likely to move toward achieving those goals. This partner affirmation makes him an ally in his own personal growth, leading to higher life satisfaction and relationship stability. Then it goes on to evolutionary costly signaling in dating. In dating contexts, men's desire to be better often manifests as costly signaling, engaging in behaviors that are difficult or expansive to perform to prove they possess desirable mate qualities. Strategic self-presentation, so mating motives in men specifically increase their willingness to spend on conspicuous luxuries, to signal wealth and resource ability, and engage in acts of heroism or dominance. There's the desperado effect, which is this drive is particularly strong in men who have never been in a romantic relationship. These, quote, unmated men exhibit higher risk-taking tendencies to because they feel a stronger need to demonstrate ambition and social dominance to fit female preferences. Dissimilarity and opportunity. While people generally prefer similar patterns, men are more likely to pursue dissimilar patterns if they believe a relationship is possible, as these partners... Oh, so shape-shifting. As these partners often offer greater opportunities for rapid self-growth and expansion. So yeah, I feel like it all comes down to just wanting... Okay, one last thing. Effects on society. The collective drive of men to become better, often defined as becoming more successful and providers, has had profound structural impacts on human society, from survival to fulfillment. Historically, men's willingness to focus on income and role-mate obligations allowed society to move from a survival-focused stage 1 to a fulfillment-focused stage 2. Okay, all of this sounds like a bunch of, the glass seller, I'm going to just read the final bullet points, and then the shame of failure. Because men are taught that their worth is tied to their ability to fix problems and make partners happy, they often experience a shame-based shutdown or emotional withdrawal if they feel they are disappointing a woman they love. This internalized pressure can lead to emotional detachment as a survival strategy, which paradoxically can make long-term intimacy more difficult. What do you know? I didn't plan on this being like let's have some sympathy and empathy for the men, but that's where we are right now. Yeah, because it kind of blew me. It says that all this pressure from the society can lead to emotional detachment as a survival strategy. So men are basically avoiding these relationships with these men or these women who are requiring a lot from them financially and resources. They're just avoiding the relationship altogether because it's just too much. And that brought me to another thing that I looked up about how the patriarchy was actually, get this, the patriarchy was actually created for men. I feel like that's true. And I know I got some facts here to back it up somewhere, but that's the patriarchy right there. The patriarchy is hard at work, and who is it affecting more, right? And I think it's affecting the men at this moment right now. I feel like it's affecting the men more. Okay. They're the ones in the loneliness epidemic, and that's the patriarchy hard at work. Women are happy, thriving, childless, unmarried, and that's what we want. And men are all those things, and that's not what they want. So, yeah, the patriarchy was totally created for them, and it affects all of us, really. This is why I don't have relationships with guys, because I overthink shit like this. All this deep diving came from that one 2-week texting of are we, aren't we, what are we? No, okay. And it's not because you don't like me, quote, it's because you like me too much that you don't want to try, or whatever the fuck. I don't fucking know. We all got our fucking problems. But I thought this was interesting about the concept that patriarchy was created to control men as much as, if not more than, it was created to control women, is a central theme in several of the sources, particularly in the work of Warren Farrell. So this is some guy who did studies on it. He argues that for thousands of years, societies existed in a stage 1 survival focus where the primary goal was ensuring the group did not starve or get killed by outsiders. In this system, men were socialized to be disposable protectors and providers. Now you just compound, just pack that down over generations and generations. Yeah, I feel like they're suffering more from the patriarchy. Am I allowed to say that? It's not even really funny because it's affecting all of us, goddammit. It really is. I'm going to go on. Okay, so we have forced protection. Men were expected to serve as unpaid bodyguards, risking their lives on battlefields or against intruders to ensure. This sounds like a red pill podcast. I promise you it's not. If you're just now tuning in, this is not one of those podcasts. We just ended up here. I'm not saying woe is men or woe is women, okay? We all got to take personal accountability for ourselves. Sometimes I'm talking down on the women. Sometimes I'm talking down on the men. This week it just seems really sad. It just seems really sad. And also why I just don't really want to deal with these creatures. Bless their hearts. So forced protection, they just have so much unhealed trauma, and it's not their faults. A lot of them are refusing to seek therapy or counseling or even talk about it. And then, you have people, who look down on the ones who talk too much or who cry. The men can't even cry. What? hazardous labor. Men were socialized into the death professions, hazardous jobs like mining, lodging, and construction to provide the income necessary for their families to survive. The social bribe, we all know this. To ensure men fulfilled these dangerous roles, societies use social bribes like status, medals, and the label of hero. Farrell notes that the word hero is derived from a root meaning slave or servant. Golly, did not know that, implying that the hero role is essentially a form of high status subservience to the community. Yeah, y'all gonna look that up. Control through internal and, oh my God, wow, that just blew my mind. Hero is derived from a root meaning slave? Yikes. And we call all these basketball players, all these football players, like athletic heroes or national heroes. And bruh, that just threw me. Okay. Control through internal and external powerlessness. While men may hold corporate and political positions, proponents of this view distinguish between external power, control over others, and internal power, control over one's own life. So there's economic subservience. Under patriarchy, men's social status is tied to their ability to make money, forcing them into jobs that they may hate to meet spending obligations for their families. This spending obligation gap is framed as a symbol of male subservience rather than dominance. Imagine that. Wow. Emotional repression. To be effective killers in war or performing machines in the workplace, men had to be disconnected from their own feelings. This internal control prevents men from identifying their own suffering, leading to higher rates of suicide, homelessness, and shorter life expectancies. When's Men's Health Month? Because I think we're getting a whole head start on this episode here. Bless their hearts. Legal disadvantage. Historically, if a woman committed a crime, the man was often the one held legally responsible and sent to jail. Even property rights, often seen as a male privilege, were viewed by some as an obligation to provide rather than a right to own. Yeah, I can't imagine how it's like being a man. I'm not a man. I couldn't tell you how because that just sounds crazy. As a woman, I'm like, what do you mean? My house isn't mine. It's something that I have to provide for someone else, a fully grown adult. Wow. Intramale hierarchies and competitive control. This is the last section here. Patriarchy controls men by forcing them into a rigid pecking order where they must constantly compete for status and access to women. Do they, though? I mean, that's what the patriarchy is built for, right? Hegemonic masculinity, the standard of the real man, quote, requires men to exhibit ruthless competition, emotional detachment, and an unwillingness to admit weakness. Men who fail to meet these unattainable ideals are marginalized, ostracized, or labeled as effeminate. Weaponized subordination. Men who feel permanently excluded from this hierarchy, such as those in incel communities, often do not reject the patriarchal system, but instead weaponize their own exclusion to reassert male superiority, thereby reinforcing the very system that marginalizes them. And the cycle continues. The underclass fear. Some argue that patriarchy controls men through the fear of falling into an underclass. As women gain liberation, men lose the safety net of having women as a permanent lower class, making the stakes of male failure even higher. Yeah, bro. So yeah, I just feel like that's just generations of fucking unhealed trauma. So maybe we should just go easy on these guys just a little bit. Like I'm not saying like let them come out to you and cry. I highly recommend most of humans, at least here in America, need some fucking therapy. It really should be included in our benefits package with our jobs. This is 2026. If we don't have like a mental health package with our benefits, I don't know what we're doing here. But I digress. I really hope these men can heal for the generations to come. For my niece's generation. Now that we're aware of the problem. That was a nice little read, right? I feel like that's all I got. I got some, I don't really want to get into this political shit. How long have I been talking? Is this just going to be a short a short week. I guess I could. If I get into it now, then I won't have to get into it later. I've been seeing these fucking, I don't think I want to get into it. Do I have notes on it even? Bro, there's a lot of posts that I see. I don't even know what's real anymore, but I'm seeing a lot of posts that are basically showing Donald Trump like in a coffin or an assassination pose or kill Trump signs. I'm seeing a lot of these kill Trump signs on social media just floating around. I'm not nowhere in real life. No one's actually behaving like this in real life, or at least where I am at right now. These photos and videos are coming from the Middle East, from Iran, and it's kind of wild to see because I'm like, yo, I didn't vote for him. Can the people who didn't vote for him get a pass? Like, I never voted for him. I don't vote, period. Okay. I've only voted twice in my life, and both times were for black men. Period. Yes, one of them was Kanye. Anyway, I'm like, why? So this is this whole like patriotism. Like, if bombs start flying, I'm not standing with this machine, whatever the fuck we want to call ourselves, a united nation. I'm sorry. I'm in the land of the free right now, speaking on how I just don't stand for war. Nobody asked me my opinion. I feel like if everybody went around and did a vote on if we want to go to war, I don't think most of us would vote for war. And I think that's the part that's like, I can't stand behind that, because it's like, if most of the people don't want the war, but you're doing it anyway, so how do you want us to have patriot? How do you want us to stand behind you when we told you that's not what we wanted as the people? I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like I said, I'm giving ignorant news because I don't pay attention to the fucking shit. But it came across my feed, and I did a little diving. It's like some kind of retaliation. I don't know what's fucking going on. Oh my God. I'm just going to read this fucking thing. It says, the appearance of kill Trump signs and banners in the Middle East, specifically in Iran, is primarily driven by a desire for retaliation against the U.S. and Israel, formerly known as Palestine. So that's basically what it is. There was an assassination of some world leader. The most immediate cause for these signs in the assassination of Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei in February 2026 by joint U.S.-Israeli strikes. Literally, I don't cover any of this kind of shit, you guys. Just talking about it right now just feels dark. My heart goes out. There's certain like search prompts that I've come across on TikTok, and they're very disturbing to see. It seems like a lot of people are sad. A lot of people are dying. A lot of people are losing their homes. A lot of people are sick. A lot of people are scared. So I'm just praying for all these people out here. I don't know why. What if this is like some major dick swinging thing between Israel and the Middle East, or if they're just trying to be a bigger Israel. They're like, oh, now's our time. Let's really fuck Israel. I'm sorry. Okay. I think I'm gonna move on because I don't like talking about this kind of stuff. I really fucking don't. But that was my little political segment, and we're gonna move on to my favorite part of the podcast. If you're not a hip hop fan or a J. Cole fan, I think I'm about to be done after this. This is the Fall Off Weekly Review segment of the podcast. Oh my goodness. It has been definitely a wonderful, wonderful week with J. Cole, Jermaine Lamar Cole. He kicked off his Fall Off tour. Allegedly his last album, the Fall Off album, came out in February. You guys already know this if you're listening still, but the tour started July 11th, like a little bit over a week ago. So we're rounding like almost the second week. Beautiful. What I should have did was got us the set list, but I'm just going off of memory right now. And I was actually a little confused before the tour started when I was seeing comments from people asking, what's the set list going to be? Because I don't know. I assumed in my head, I don't get out much. Okay. They get it. I mean, thank you for the young TikTokers who kept me in the know. Thank you for all the TikTokers who have posted all these videos, who held their hand out for hours to see possibly the last time Jermaine will be performing. Thank you for all those people. But I assumed that the set list would be the Fall Off album. It's the Fall Off tour. He's doing the Fall Off album. I thought like, maybe he'd do like a couple bangers, but no. The set list right now is actually sprinkled in so nicely with just the right amount of fall off out songs and then the right amount of his classic fucking bangers. And I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to see which song. I can't wait to see Who the Fuck Is You live, because that song grew on me. Okay, I didn't like that song at first. It definitely grew on me real quick. Love that fucking song. He's got like an Eminem style flow in it. But from what I've been seeing on TikTok, he did I don't know what, oh my God, I'm so old. I don't know what the word is. He like did one of his other songs, Fire Squad. He did Fire Squad, and he did the Fire Squad instrumental. He did like the first verse, and then it sort of like led into Who the Fuck Is You. So he rapped Who the Fuck Is You over the Fire Squad instrumental, and it just sounds so fucking creepy and dope, like in a good way, like, spooky. It sounds like that's how it was supposed to be. Gosh, I cannot wait to see that live. I'm like, damn, that almost actually made me cry, which would be a first. Who the Fuck Is You is not a song that you cry to, but when you hear it just produced and made so beautifully like that live, I might fuck around and cry to the most gangster song on the fucking album. And then I'm gonna fucking cry to Poor Thing, because that's like the second most like gangster fucking song on the album. The whole album is great. If you haven't listened to the Fall Off, I've been talking about it all year. I'm gonna be talking about it. I get to go see the GOAT in Phoenix in September. Really excited about that. Really fucking excited about it. Big news is that I think what happened this past week was, I think it was in Miami. I did take notes on this one. On the Fall Off album, there is this song that J. Cole raps, sort of in the style of DMX, really. Like when I first heard it, I liked the song. I still kind of, if I can be truthful and fair, it's honestly one of my least favorite songs on the album, mostly because I don't resonate with it, and it's just like nothing ever made me feel like that. The song, he kind of does it in the style of DMX. Like when I first heard it, it felt like, I'm like, did he just bring DMX back from the dead? Is this like a pre-recorded track? Sidebar, I'm going all over the place right now, but the Let Out, another slow and upcoming banger for me, did sort of the same thing. Like when I first heard the Let Out, I didn't really care for the Let Out. It was catchy, but I didn't really care for it that much. It grew on me. And before I knew it, that it was, the whole thing was done by J. Cole, I thought it was, he got Bone Thugs-n-Harmony on the, like the man really put some solid work into this album. He's so versatile. He showed a whole, like, it was a beautiful canvas of just artistry. Like I literally thought Bone Thugs-n-Harmony was on the Fall Off album. Like for a couple of weeks, I was like, yeah, that's that song with Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. No, that's the song that J. Cole did in the style of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. I don't care what people say about it. I like that fucking shit. The guy's done everything else already. He's rapped himself from the fucking come up to, to the Fall Off. So right now I feel like he was just showing you what else he could do. That was just light work, I feel like. And you can tell that he put his heart and his soul into his music, and that he actually enjoyed it. That he didn't even, it wouldn't matter how many fucking records he sold, because he was happy with the body of work that he put out. I fucks with J. Cole so much. So he has this song, Life Sentence. The song Life Sentence is basically about him finding the love of his life and, doing life with her. There's actually a DMX bar on there too that other people have used. I'm not really a big DMX fan as well, so that's probably another reason why I don't really resonate with the song. Cause yeah, I just never really. But hey, teach their own. But at his show, I'm gonna read this. It says a life sentence in the Miami spotlight. During a recent stop of J. Cole's The Fall Off tour in Miami, a fan proposed to his partner while the rapper was performing his song Life Sentence. Like, I don't care for that song. I just care for the art and the love that he said that's the realest shit he ever wrote. And real J. Cole fans were like, really, nigga, that's the realest shit you ever wrote? But he said it, and he even reiterated it in concert, saying, I'm telling you, this is the realest shit I ever wrote. So Yeah, that just made me tear up a little bit. The proposal occurred in the back of the arena and was captured in footage that circulated widely on social media platforms. J. Cole became aware of the engagement. This is also cool. This is why J. Cole's just the realest nigga. He became aware of the engagement from the stage and took a moment to celebrate the couple with the audience. He specifically credited the teamwork of the surrounding fans for bringing the moment to his attention. To ensure the whole arena could see them, he instructed his spotlight team to find the couple and project them onto, oh God, I'm fucking actually crying now, onto the venue's large screens. It's just love. It's just love. And they came together for J. Cole. J. Cole bringing people together. That story moved me. Once the couple appeared on the screens, Cole offered his congratulations directly. What's up, baby girl? What's up, my boy? God bless y'all. That's fucking beautiful. Y'all make some noise for them, man. The choice of life sentence was highlighted by the observers as an especially fitting backdrop for a proposal, as it is a deeply personal and reflective track from Cole's album, The Fall Off. And this was reported on July 15th. I'm actually crying over this music right here. You know, I don't really care for the song too much, or DMX, but he said it's the realest shit he ever wrote, and he meant it. So, yeah, that's why it probably made me cry. That's why it made me cry. Another J. Cole experience that I had, I'll just end it on this, and then get into my stats for the week. I put on someone to J. Cole. I'm trying to recreate this feeling right now, because I think it was special. Everyone knows that feeling, loves that feeling, especially if you're a real big fan of anyone. When someone discovers an artist because of you. Not like he didn't know about J. Cole. Everybody knows, No Role Models and Power Trip. Everybody knows those songs. But no one's real, the ones who never really listened to him. I just love that feeling. The whole thing was very, I think it's an intimate and a spiritual experience for me, because I'm a music lover. When I show someone music and it's like the first time they listen to it and it moves them the way that it moves me, it's just a beautiful thing, and it's why I love music. It's why I love music. It's a universal language. You can feel the same feelings through from two different people, two different backgrounds, just by how the music was put together. So yeah, I said all that to say I had a friend who didn't listen to J. Cole, didn't care for J. Cole. In fact, their main genre is like metal or rock or some shit like that. They don't listen to rap. So, but they are in a band, they are musically inclined, so they can appreciate other genres. There's many of us out there, eclectic people. We lean more to one genre. Like mine is hip hop for sure. Hip hop is my heart and soul, but I love bluegrass, country, fucking rock, EDM, reggae. I love it all. But if you want me to listen to one genre for the rest of my life, it's going to be hip hop. Personally. And so he's a drummer. This guy is a drummer. And you already know, man, safety has come up so fucking long. Such a long way for me, because when I first the boom bap of that song has always gotten me. I always loved it, but it really has started hitting me a lot more and more lately, and I love it. And I remember listening to this J. Cole interview where he said take your time with this album. This isn't an album that you're supposed to just play through front to back in one sitting. He wants you to take your time with this album. Hell, take your time with every song. And just marinate on it, because you're gonna have a lot of fucking feelings. He's a wonderful storyteller, and that's what he does, and that's how music connects people by how it makes us feel. So yeah, safety. I just been listening with my heart. He said take some time with it. And I actually been taking time with safety, and every fucking time it gets me. Every time. I know it front to back. I can rap it front to back by now. Okay. And every time when I'm thoroughly listening to it, I feel it, especially on the third verse. Excuse me. If you listen to the safety, it's the third track on The Fall Off. I feel like right now I can confidently say it's the best song on the album. It is the best song on the album. It's it's got like such an old school like vibe to it. The saxophones, the boom bap, the snare, the drums, everything like and it just brings you to where he is. He has like this remarkable just skill, talent of just bringing you where he is. And he wasn't even the one. He was rapping from like the perspective of another friend. So I'm like listening it in like fourth person, and the song moves me so much. So I played safety for this drummer. Okay, it's a drum song. I was like, oh, got it. You're a drummer. Got you. I'm gonna play the best song on the Fall Off right fucking now. And I played safety for him. Now, I should also disclaim this by saying, that he was about a gram deep in about some psychedelic mushrooms. And I think he was about maybe a half hour in, so he was probably peaking at this point. Because I first played Bombs in the Ville for him to get like the sound bath going. Because you know how when you're tripping, the sound just like, you can see it, it's kind of hard to explain. You can feel the sound, you can hear this, see the sounds. So I wanted to like sound bath him. I played Bombs in the Ville, and I feel like he was about to peak, and then I put on safety, and this man respectfully, this man started crying, which made me cry. And like I said, it was an intimate moment. Not just because, oh my God, you feel what I feel, but like, this is my favorite fucking rapper. And I'm like, yeah, that was basically it. And I knew that he was listening. The song in itself, if you haven't listened to Safety, go listen to fucking Safety. If you haven't listened to the Fall Off at all. But the song in itself kind of, the way that it's like technically put together, I don't know how to explain it, but the way that he weaves with the beats and like the old school feel, it almost pulls you in. Like I said, it pulls you into the story. So I remember right when he was like, the song came on, and he's like, oh, I like the drums, because the drums come on right away. And he was talking about something, I don't fucking know, but when that song comes on, I'm just like, that's like my main focus. I was just like vibing out to the music. He was talking about something, but I remember like mid-sentence, halfway through the first verse, when he was like, yo, I see Brina on the gram, she don't post like that, but she still bad. That bitch at the field had. He shut the fuck up, and he listened to the song, and he was like, wow. And but when that third verse came on, if you know, when that third verse came on, I like, he was there after the second verse, and I was like, wait for the third verse. Just wait for the fucking third verse. And then he started crying. He poured out fucking tears. Granted, he was probably peaking at this point, but that made me feel so good, and it made me fucking cry. Like, I was overwhelmed. I had to like just cry. So yeah, I said all that to say I bonded with this man over music, and it was a J. Cole song from the Fall Off. If that's not a fucking recommendation to go listen to the Fall Off, or gets you some tickets to his show wherever you are, he's going on a world tour. I don't know what it is. Because that happened in real life. Of course, the drugs probably had something to do with the emotion, spill, but I think that was good. Okay, so we're going to get into, do I have any other fucking notes that I want to get into? Bruh, no, I'm so over it. I'm going to read my stats for the week, and then that'll be it. So today is the what fucking day is it? It's the 21st, Tuesday the 21st. So this will be for Wednesday the 22nd when you guys will hear this. So I'm going to read my numbers from July 13th through July 19th, right? Yeah. So it says I have over 3,000 minutes listened to. Top 5 artists. Number 1 is J. Cole, of course. Number 1. He's been number 1 all year since the Fall Off was released. Number 2 is Drake. Of course, Drake's been number 2 since Iceman dropped a couple months ago, I think in May. I don't know who Pootie is. Oh, I think I came across this one song that I had on repeat. Number 3 was Pootie. I think I had one song on repeat. What the fuck was it? Number 4 was Erykah Badu. And number 5 was Boss. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's from the Fall Off. Or he fucks with Cole. Okay, and my top 5 songs for July 13th through July 19th. Thank you all for listening, by the way. Go follow me if you're not already following me. Like, share, subscribe. Give a girl a bone. 5 Yep, I'm looking at my top 5 songs right now. All 5 songs are from the Fall Off, with the exception of one. That Pootie song had 20 plays. My number 1 played song for this week was Safety, of course, with 75 plays. Number 2 was 39 Intro with 57 plays. Number 3 was Where I've Been. I don't even remember how that song is, but I think I had it on repeat one night when I was at work, and I played it 20 times. Bombs in the Ville is number 4 with 16 plays, and number 5 is Poor Thing with 10 plays. And that's it, y'all. I'll see you guys next week.